2017 marked the year I first started using Android phones. It was the beginning of my true smartphone experience that took me through all of my middle school and most of my high school years, with an impromptu pandemic thrown in, of course. However, recently, I've reached a set of crossroads when it comes to my next phone buying decision. Keep carving down a traditional Android path, or mix things up by picking an Apple iPhone. Even though I'm in a heavily Googleified ecosystem, I chose the latter option after copious amounts of contemplating. Ask my friends if you don't believe me. And for the foreseeable future, I'll be an iPhone user, which means I've got a lot of learning to do as a first timer, and will be taking you along the ride throughout. In short, the reason why I'm switching over to the iPhone is due to its compatibility with other devices, the reliability it has, and also the speed it brings to the table. And all those things are happily and sadly thanks to Apple's ecosystem. I'll talk about the dark sides later, but for now, here are the pros. It's no secret that iPhones are popular devices. In the United States alone, they make up 50% of the smartphone market share. When talking in terms of my high school population, iPhones easily make up the majority of mobile devices by a wide margin. And not having one almost puts you at a disadvantage in a sense due to the fact that they're so widespread. Many people use iMessage and FaceTime to connect, and convincing them to use alternative platforms isn't the easiest solution. Apps tend to be best optimized for the iPhone since there aren't hundreds of different variations to optimize for. Video continues to be the iPhone camera's strong suit, largely because of the tight software and hardware integration. I've also been using my skills in video production to do lots of filming and editing for my school, and have found AirDrop to be one of my favorite features for quickly ingesting media. And before those videos even reach my Mac to edit, iPhone-specific accessories and adapters help make that content. I could continue on, but needless to say, the expansive ecosystem of the iPhone was definitely a core factor in choosing it. But that factor is also the problem. More specifically, Apple's seeming necessity to lock in users is a problem. Those benefits are all a result of the cellular commodity of iPhones. Things are designed primarily for iPhones, making experiences on alternative Android devices less than ideal. iMessage and FaceTime work so well together because it's only within Apple's stringent standards of devices. Same goes for apps that are able to properly fully utilize the hardware of iPhones with their software, something that some Android manufacturers have been trying to work on, but with varying degrees of success. Many of the benefits of iPhones really only exist due to the lock-in they've created, which can be frustrating for some smartphone users undergoing problems due to not being included in that network of products. Sadly, that's the trade-off made to get bold, fun, and unique hardware and software on Android though. But I'm okay with that trade-off for now. What I'm more concerned about is completely doing a 180 with how my phone operates. Okay, maybe it's not a 180, but anytime I borrow someone's iPhone, many parts of it feel foreign to me compared to various versions of Android I've used. Notifications flow in from the bottom up. The back button isn't at the bottom of the screen, but at the top of whatever page or app I'm in. Most notably, the home screen layout has a completely different organization structure that I'm not very familiar with. That's the fact of the matter. I'm not very familiar with iPhones, which gave me a moment of hesitation at first. But I know that's something I'll likely get used to within a month or two of using the thing regularly. Aside from familiarity concerns, the other half of this anxious anticipation is to see how well the iPhone will integrate with my existing Google and Samsung ecosystems. Everything from my contacts to photos are backed up under Google, and I'm not sure how well things will transfer over, but I'm guessing that since these are mostly cloud-based, I shouldn't run into any problems on that front. But on the hardware front, my Samsung Galaxy Buds earbuds and Gear S3 Frontier watch could run into more hiccups. For starters, the earbuds should connect fine since they connect via Bluetooth, but I'm not sure how well the Equalizer app will work out. Same goes for the app for my Gear S3. Its integration I've heard is not the greatest, however it still works on a technical level. How well it integrates is what I'll really have to find out. Most of this will be new to me, and I'll have to figure out the answer to a lot of these questions. Luckily, none of these concerns are really that vital, and I presume a lot of them will be solved by using the phone and seeing what it's capable of. If any of you out there are on the fence about the move, I'm here to go through it and document what it's like from my perspective and hopefully help you out in the process as well. If you'd like to follow along on my journey switching, consider subscribing to more tech content like this coming out, and consider giving this video a like while you're down there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Tech Device News.